like
Yeah,
a dating offer, which is like a ClickBank offer.
yeah.
And, they get you into at the time I had never seen it, but it's like one of the most popular dating, I think it was one of the most popular dating offers on ClickBank.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm sure like the conversions are crazy because they just have this huge raving fan base of Mila Kunis fans.
At the moment, there's actually something else which is kind of starting to explode, but I'm just not quite sure about it yet. But you've got something called PPI, which is pay per install. And
Hmm.
the way that works is that the network basically will have like maybe a toolbar extension for your browser, or it could be like a free antivirus or whatever.
Sure.
And instead of like the affiliate sort of content locking a page whereby, to access it, you get the widget pop up. Instead of that, it'll be kind of like, download this file. And when you download that, basically the affiliate gets paid and then the person gets the freebie, but they also access the content. So that's something else right now that's kind of taken off, which is obviously related to CPA as well, which might be something that I introduced to the actual forum as well. I'm just at the moment kind of researching around the whole subject because I've heard a few things that some of the PPI network, the actual files and stuff, they flag up as viruses and stuff. And
Right.
that's definitely not something that I want to be linked back to my forum at all. Because I like to keep it clean. I restrict a lot of stuff on the forum in regards to, spam. I've got a lot of stuff working on in the background that's been custom coded. I've got like an admin developer guy that I pay a monthly salary to that basically helps me out. He codes me or recodes me plugins. So there's a lot of stuff working in the background on the forum because I like to keep it clean. I don't like spam. I don't like discussions related to hacking or anything like that. Generally speaking, I mean, if you use a type in hack on my forum anyway, it gets replaced. The A gets replaced with an @ sign for your email.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I know this kind of like I don't want to say like I feel like a lot of like the people that might be doing some of these kinds of things when it comes to CPA, you're gonna kind of attract some people from that sort of crowd, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, not just that, but it's like, I don't know what it is. I've got such a passion about the forum. I mean, a bit about me, I guess, would be that I mean, when I left school, I didn't have any GCSEs or any education really, because I just kind of didn't like school. Well, actually, I just didn't like people telling me what to do. That's the long and short of it. And when I used to work, I did a few different things. Some I enjoyed, some I didn't. But I decided that I wanted to do something of my own, and I kind of went, online and started working and stuff. And generally speaking, now, I've got a good business. It's doing well. It's growing. But I'll be up every day between 6:30 and 7 a.m. and I'll be online and I'll stay online till 5 or 6 in the evening, and that's Monday to Friday, flat straight. And if I eat lunch, I'm in front of my computer. I work hard and I play hard and I exercise. I go for a walk and I do a bit of exercising and I eat healthy in the day. But generally speaking, to run a business that you want to succeed, you've got to put in the effort and you've got to put in a lot of hours. Because if you don't, you're going to get eaten up by the competition. You know
Sure.
and it's just the way you got to do it. And a lot of people ask me a lot of times, how long do you work and stuff, and I schedule my life now. Like I've got the Google Chrome. I use like the calendar extension there, so I can sort of remind myself, like I did today, of your interview. It pops up and it's like,
Yep.
hey, you got your interview today. I like to schedule my life. I like to be always one step ahead of the crowd, I guess you would say, in regards to finding the niche market, which is kind of what I did with CPA Elites, because I saw a gap and I pounced on it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it seems like you got a good thing going here. I mean, the
Yeah,
sound is just pretty much off the hook here.
yeah, thanks. It's
I'm
it's
trying to
it's got
think.
good content, it's good content. It's helpful information. It teaches people. What I like about CPA Elites is the fact that if you're a guy that doesn't know anything about making money online, you join my forum. well, you can pretty much just find the help desk and ask questions, or you can go and check out the online journeys, whereby you see all the other guys sharing their online journeys, making money with CPA. Like this guy here, journey with share cash, etc. And then if you want a bit of inspiration because you just spent the last 4 hours before you hit my forum getting really annoyed at all of these crappy ebooks out there, well, you might just bump into the Elites bragging section and see somebody saying how they just made $10,000 last month.
Yeah,
So awesome. Got a bit of inspiration sort of thing along with everything. And I quite like that. I think it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's plenty here. I like how you have like the kind of the VIP upgrade. How many, if you don't mind sharing, like how many members have gone for the VIP?
Oh, quite a lot. We've got quite a lot of members, but not as much as I think most people think. One thing I've noticed is since starting the forum, there's probably about 2 or 3 other competing forums that have started up. I think a lot of these guys start up these forums through the woodworks because they look at something and they think that there's more money in it than when there's not. And the problem that most of them will face is that if there's more than one of you that owns a forum, where in my case it's just myself, you're going to stumble because forums don't make as much money as most of these guys think. I think that, there's probably about 1 or 2 forums that have literally just completely ripped. Well, I say ripped, it's not ripping, but pretty much copied the forum. But that's the way the internet works. When I started this forum up, even going back about 4 or 5 months ago at the time, I didn't think along those lines. I guess I saw them and I got a little bit annoyed by it. But now I realise that that's the way the world works. I'm not being funny, but if you look around, the likes of Facebook and stuff like that, there's a lot of discrepancies there, with the way that they worked and, copying and stuff like that. And, it's kind of like, well, that's just the way it is. And now I look at things like if I see a forum starting up and it's kind of copying CPA Elites, it doesn't really bother me because Elites are so original and unique anyway, and it's already ahead because it's got so many members and stuff. But yeah, go back to your question with the VIP, sorry, quite a lot. We've got a lot of VIPs in the forum. The reason for that is because, I've spent a heck of a lot of time adding the content. If you check out the Legends Best Kept Secrets as an example, if you go there now, let's see. In that section alone, when you click into it, you'll notice at the top you've got important threads. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You got like 12 there, which are all mine, which are like extensive video courses that pretty much spoon feed people with all the experience that I know. But it's not about the VIP because for me, generally speaking, it's all about the forum. Because if it was about just me converting people into VIP and making money, believe me, to start with, I have probably approximately about 3 or 4 brand new PPD networks that message me every day asking to advertise my forum, and I've got a strict criteria. I only allow networks and businesses that are older than 1 year. And they must pass like an approval process, which basically means that I will go out on Google and I will make sure they've got no bad things against them. Because if they have, forget it. I won't let them do it because it's all about my community at the end of the day for me. And if it was about the money, there would be banners plastered all over the left and the right-hand side. And believe me, the VIP would be straight up at the top above the information. But I like to keep things on an even keel. I like to keep it organised, and I like to make it so it's not too spammy. And I like to make sure that the useful information, the free information is found at the top, which is where the newbies will be able to find it. And you know what? If they want to upgrade, they can. If they don't need to. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Because either way, I'm going to be all right,
Yeah. It seems like you really have everything together here. I like how, it looks like there's plenty of information to learn about all kinds of different things here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's got a bit of everything that you need on there, What I like about it is that if you've got a problem, you can just go and get help for that problem instantly. You got over 30,000 people that you can go and ask a question to in the Elites help desk, and it's a nice active section in there because of that. A lot of people need help, so they'll go and ask the questions, and they get that help. I mean, like this guy here, he's got, 2 pages, 13 replies on there, and I think he only posted that like a day ago.
Yeah, I see there's like you have a sub like tutorial section. There's just all kinds of information here.
Yeah, you got the other tutorials and shares and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like, a lot of niches, whether it be incentive or non-incentive, it's awesome. And I absolutely love it. I love the forum. I mean, I think it's just a really good, unique forum. And I spend so much time on it in the day, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I kind of like live, eat, sleep it.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I'm sure there's just a lot here. I know I interviewed, I don't know if you're familiar with him. There's a guy by the name of Steve Cam. He runs a blog called Nerd Fitness.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a huge forum, and I interviewed him as well. But talks pretty much focused on the forum idea, and I wrote a pretty long article about it. And
awesome.
It's just interesting, how he was able to get this started. And I can see, I mean, this kind of industry, there's plenty of people that are interested in talking about this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, running the forum's a tough gig. I mean, I'm certainly no expert. I'm always learning. I'm always kind of like looking into sort of PHP programming, and I'm looking into like MySQL database stuff. But also, I've got someone that holds me by the hand with it that I pay. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with forums. There's a lot of risk, in regards to sort of plugins. You need to keep them updated. You need to upgrade the forum. You need to know how to diversify the traffic, and you need to put in a lot of security as well, because at the end of the day, it's all about the community. If you've got somebody join up with your forum, it's your responsibility to make sure they have a good ride. There's people that I have to ban, and my staff have to ban. And you know what? Along the way, in some cases, I've even unbanned somebody because mistakes are made. But there's a lot of stress when you're running a forum because if you ban somebody that's popular, believe me, you hear about it from your community, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's got an issue now, though, they have to contact me about it. And I mean, to put things into perspective, I mean, every morning I wake up and I come on to CPA Elites. To put things into perspective, I'm probably looking at between sort of like 20 to sort of, in some worst case scenarios, 70 private messages, that I have to go through. And deal with different issues, whether it be manually posting, giving that person an award, or whether it be somebody that's got a problem.
Yeah.
There's just so much things that go into it, but I love it. I like it. It's cool. It's my gig, right? It's just what I like doing it. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I left school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do even when I was in the jobs that I liked the most. And it's only really, I mean, I'm 33 years old now. And it was only really up until last year when I started the forum up and it started exploding and I was getting into it that I realised what I wanted to do in life, which is, quite late, really.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there's tons to learn on this stuff, and there's always new things kind of revolving, and in terms of, like you talked, YouTube and Facebook changing, Google changing.
Definitely. But it's good because, I mean, on the forum you get anything that's new, anything that's like, popular, that's like rising up and is meant to be like, the next big thing of getting traffic. It always comes out on CPA Elites. It's basically there for people to learn off of and discuss. And I like just being in the background, just like, checking these types of things out and just following people's journeys and stuff like that. I mean, it's so interesting. I absolutely love it. Just being able to sort of like see somebody come to my forum. I mean, there's one guy, I won't say his name because I know he likes to stay a bit anonymous, but he basically started up on CPA Elites, and I remember his first thread I read, it was basically asking questions to do with an SEO software. And I'm pretty sure, because he was VIP, that he actually used my course. That's not to say that he made money through that, because I actually found out later on that he told me that he used manual SEO anyway. But to put things into perspective, like he basically went from chump to champ because he was making nothing, or was making a little bit. And the guy, I think he now makes between $10,000 to $15,000. And if you actually look around in the bragging section on my forum, you'll see some of his threads. But again, I don't really want to disclose
Yeah.
his name publicly, obviously, because he likes to be anonymous. But that just goes to show, you might not know anything about anything, but you can start making a lot of money.
Right. I mean, you're basically helping people with their success.
Yeah, absolutely. But, it's not all about me or the forum. I mean, in some cases, like the forum just, pushes them into the right places, I guess you would say, and offers them a helping hand.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, it's down to them. I think it'd be a bit big-headed to say that we help every single user on the forum, but, there's a lot of success stories and there's a lot of users that are very happy and, very grateful. I've had a lot of people thank me in messages, personally thank me, saying thank you so much for the forum. It's helped me. I'm now earning good money and stuff. And, that stuff to me is fantastic. I love reading that stuff. It's just really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But running a forum again, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, I've made my mistakes. I'll put my hands up. There might have been times where I've overreacted and stuff, and I look back now and I think, did I handle that situation as well as I shouldn't have? I think there's only one of those scenarios that happened that I didn't handle it probably how I should have. But it depends how you look at it, because it's my business and everyone's got an opinion. Some people.
Sure.
Said I didn't, some people said I did, and I'm actually talking about something in regards to there's like a competing forum and a bunch of people started being staff members on there, and at the time a couple of them I gave them free VIP access. I show, sometimes if you show somebody a hand they'll try and take your arm, right?
Mm.
It's difficult, but I'm learning. I've learned. I'm growing day to day. I think I'm a good admin. I mean, if you look around on my forum, you'll see nothing but good love for me on there. Because they all know that I'm out there. I'm out to look after them. I mean, there's even been cases where people have been scammed before, and I've paid them back. I've banned the guy that was scamming, and I've paid the person back. I said,
Wow.
yeah, here you go, it's $20. You take it, buddy. There's instances of that that's happened before, and yeah, I mean, it's all about a community.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think we've talked about plenty. I figured we could wrap things up here. I know you said you had to run in a few anyways.
Yeah, I got some deliveries coming along and stuff like that. So yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on. If you want to stay on for a minute, I can leave the audio going but end the interview.
Okay.
But yeah, I hope for everyone here, check out the forum name is cpaelites.com, and there's tons of information here, lots going on, tons and tons of members, so definitely be worth checking out if you're interested in learning more about CPA marketing.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.